Okay, FM 101.7.
Na mama nkwana meni brashe bedwani a wagina homa Boko Central. Na eba minister de wadi bebre. Na wasan ye emranim ni barrister at law. Wasan eko Harvard. Honorable memo ache.
Design.
Boko na also
I'm here.
Emre bi na make say politics ene ya no pe say why ya chepa emre bi kumase sabe na mo Fox FM hardball na me ya na nsu otompo ena wo ne onabo hanu na Idrisu mu bowura ho na sabre no na onabo akobo debra ena eye onabo ba redu wo so wo mu ka asem bi a is factually incorrect it bu person better na mu twa mu kura akọ northern region and I'm saying by but you made a program no successful pa.
Okay. So
Ache pa. Na me ba wo no pa yi a. Ba ko me bisa ne say one. E die ba asem pa e na one special prosecutor more personally. Asana mama so start issue no so
fear some so asem wa meant me an can radio, so I think that sir question me meant me answer sir question on radio
because the idea people say why your papa cry in a way anamboa
any correct but meant me an can on radio asem I ewo if there's any because fear some on me an can radio.
Okay. Papa na me ba wo nchen a special prosecutor say why a den pa no de wo ekokot.
Asema waka no yakokota ye betimia onu na onu all duty say on prove sa asem no so mente say menka sa asem no on radio because asema e court usually discussing on radio will not be decent, but o person men can't assemble me per se o man kwan na men can't assemble in English.
Mate.
Because assemble or court no, we let me recording me no conversation no.
Okay.
Then in court we let me introduce sa conversation no as evidence.
Okay.
But you can't assemble in tria na me so mention here papa. Now the person can't assemble. Now me use the word be without knowing the side word no means something different.
Okay.
In court, maintenance can say, "Oh, that's not what I meant," because the words mean something, and I uttered the words. I hope you understand.
I understand you. So
let's
dilate in
discuss it, and then we will have to have the conversation in English, where I'm confident that I can express things accurately. I can defend anywhere.
Oh, okay. Okay, sir. So let's dilate it in English, sir. Okay. So what is the issue in contention?
There are so many issues, in fact, so many that, I'm sure if you and I were going to discuss it, your time will run out and we haven't finished discussing them.
Wow.
So many. So I honestly cannot discuss all the issues, but, some of them, they are so trivial and you could easily find them out without all the noise that have taken place. A typical example is the one that has become very prominent, that I have evaded customs duty of 30,000. I'm sure you've heard that one.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the one that has become even more prominent everywhere. Everywhere I evaded customs duty, I evaded customs duty. I import a vehicle which is based on a car loan that Parliament has given us. I even added my own money to buy the vehicles. There are 3. And one of the issues that he has is, why did I buy 3 vehicles? Somebody has given me a loan, and I decided I want to buy 3 vehicles out of it and add my money and buy 3 vehicles. Why should that be a criminal matter? Mm-hmm. In any case, it is a loan, and I have been paying every month. In fact, every month, 4,000 Ghana cedis of my salary is deducted to pay the loan. So if I decide that my constituency is in Boku, and if I buy one vehicle, every day I'm going to Boku, I have to start driving the vehicle from here to Boku. And then when I finish what I'm doing, I have to drive it back to Accra. And I sit down and I do the simple mathematics. And then I realize that if I'm going to just use one vehicle for 4 years, the fuel I will spend from Accra to constituency, anytime that I'm needed and I have to ride to the constituency for 4 years, I may buy 4 other vehicles with that money alone. And I say, no, instead of buying one, let me add money, get 2 slightly used Land Cruisers or 3 slightly used Land Cruisers, place one in Tamale, place one in Accra. Anytime I'm going to my constituency, I can just fly to Tamale, take one, and then run there. Because I won't be using it for long distances, a slightly used one can serve the purpose for 4 years. How can you say that I have engaged in a criminal conduct by taking such a decision to use my loan, which I'm paying for at the end of the month? I mean, that's one typical example of the kind of issue that we are dealing with. Let me finish.
Okay.
Then the accusation of tax evasion. You know, I bring in the vehicles. I go to Parliament and I say, the loan that you have given me to buy a vehicle for my use, this is the vehicles that I have bought. These are the vehicles that I have bought. Can you apply for my customs exemption for me? Then Parliament writes to Finance Minister, telling Finance Minister that can you assess and grant customs duty exemption for Mahama Ayariga. Then Finance Minister assesses the duty and says that I have exceeded the duty exemption that is allowed by 36,000 Ghana cedis. So I should go and pay the top-up of 36,000 Ghana cedis and then clear the vehicle. You know that nobody can go and clear a vehicle by himself. If you import a vehicle today, you know you cannot clear it yourself.
Yeah.
You have to give it to an agent. So I hand over the documents and 36,000 to an agent and say, go and clear my vehicle for me. The agent goes to customs. And customs takes a letter from finance. And they say, no, the finance is not the final authority in assessing customs duty. We are the final authority here at the port in assessing customs duty. So they enter their system, enter the chassis numbers, the age of the vehicles, and then they come up with the values of the vehicles and say, no, finance minister assessed the thing wrongly. Instead of 36,000, you are supposed to pay only 6,000. So the agent pays 6,000, collects a receipt from customs, goes and clears the vehicle, and brings back my balance plus a receipt plus the vehicles, and says, these are your vehicles. If tomorrow it turns out that rather the assessment by finance minister that it should be 36,000 and not 6,000 is right, my brother, how am I the one who has evaded customs duty? In all fairness, I'm asking Ghanaians listening, in all fairness, how do I get tried in court for customs duty evasion? Because you haven't proven that I told the person, when you go, don't pay the amount. Go and pay only 6,000. And if you had gone there and paid only 6,000, and 6,000 is not the rightful amount, how come the customs processed it and released it? Because they have a system. So if you come and give them what is not up to what you are supposed to pay, the system will reject it. The system will reject it. So for me to have evaded tax, I would have had to connive with the clearing agent. The clearing agent would have had to connive with the customs officer. Now today, Mr. Martinelli is sending me to court. The agent is not coming to court. The customs officer is not coming to court. So doesn't that tell you that the reason why I'm being sent to court is not because I have evaded customs duty? Because if you are interested in fighting corruption, you should have known that I alone cannot evade customs duty except with the agent, with the customs officer, and you can't prove that. You can't prove that. And if you are an investigative body, for 1 year you've been investigating this matter, you know where customs office is. I have given you the contacts of the agent. Have you found out from the agent what the situation is? Has the agent come and told you that I told him that go to customs and go and attempt to evade customs duty and pay 6,000 instead of the 36,000 that was assessed by the finance ministry? My brother, these are the basic facts. So, you see, people don't know facts and then they jump to conclusion and convict people even before they know the full facts.
Okay.
I can assure you that I'm ready to go to court and defend myself, and I will be able to prove my innocence. I am only saying that this country is governed by law and by the Constitution. There is a procedure and a time when you can send a member of parliament to court. And so everybody, including Martin Hamidu, who is not above the law and the Constitution of Ghana, should respect that procedure. And that procedure is that in this Ghana, nobody can prevent a member of parliament from being in parliament on a day when parliament is sitting and deliberating and possibly voting on important national matters. Nobody. So you cannot send me to court on a day when parliament is sitting if I don't want to go to court on that day. If I want to go to court on that day, I will have to ask for permission from the speaker, and the speaker will have to grant me the permission to absent myself from parliament on that day. If I don't get permission from the speaker and I absent myself from parliament, somebody can sit down and calculate those number of days when I have deliberately absented myself from parliament without permission from the speaker, and the person can go to court and ask that I should be removed from parliament for absenting myself for those number of days. I hope you understand.
Yeah, I'm listening.
This is in the Constitution of Ghana. So when you invite me to come to court on a day when parliament is sitting, and I write back to you and say, oh, Chief, parliament is sitting on that day, can you shift the day when you want us to be in court to a day when parliament is not sitting so that I can come?
Okay,
for God's sake, how wrong am I? People talk about other people who were tried. I was not the one being tried. They were the ones who were tried. They were represented by lawyers. It was up to them and their lawyers to have studied the law and the Constitution and to have engaged the people who were sending them to court to help them understand the proper constitutional practice and to engage in that constitutional practice. The Parliament of Ghana doesn't sit forever. Sometimes for 3 months we don't sit. If you have a case and you want to send a member of parliament to court, during those 3 months you can try the case and finish it. Sometimes for 2 months we don't sit. Sometimes for 1 month we don't sit. And in any case, on every Monday we don't sit. If Mr. Matamido had asked me to come to court yesterday, Monday, I swear I would have been in court. Yesterday, I would have been in court. I wouldn't have even, raised any issues. I wouldn't have said, look, Parliament is sitting because Parliament is not sitting. So I have no excuse. So I will be in court on Monday. So if he wants me to be in court, Monday is not far. Monday is just a few days away. Wait a Monday, invite me, and we'll go to court. That is very simple. And people should be mindful that we are building institutions and we are building a country that is supposed to be governed by a rule of law. If you say, oh, Ayariga, and because you are looking for Ayariga, you will set aside all the laws in order to get Ayariga. Tomorrow, Ayariga may also turn and be looking for you, and the laws that you have set aside will not be available to protect you. So let's respect our Constitution and our law. If what I'm saying is not in the law or in the Constitution, you can prove me wrong, that what you are saying is not in the Constitution. And I want to end because I have a meeting and I have to run off. But let me just read to you the provisions of the Constitution. I ask everybody to go and read it. Mm-hmm. It is Article 122. And the article says that an act or omission which obstructs or impedes Parliament in the performance of its functions, or which obstructs or impedes a member, have you heard that? Mm-hmm. Which obstructs or impedes a member or officer of Parliament in the discharge of his duties, or affronts the dignity of Parliament, or which tends either directly or indirectly to produce that result, is contempt of Parliament. Okay. So that is why in the letter I said that he cannot obstruct me in the pursuit of my responsibility to be in Parliament, because if he obstructs me any of the days when Parliament is sitting, he does anything that obstructs me from going to Parliament and sitting in Parliament and participating in proceedings, he will be violating Article 122 and he will be in contempt of Parliament. So the proper thing for him to do is to invite me to come to court on a Monday. And on that Monday, Mahama Ayariga, I will be there to prove my innocence.
Oh, okay. And concerning personal issues that you have with the special prosecutor, I think on the lighter side, it's not over a fight over a beautiful lady, I think.
Oh, I haven't said on radio that I have a personal issue with the special prosecutor. Have I said that?
Yeah, no, you've not. Yeah.
So I beg you, don't put words into my mouth that I said that I have a personal issue with the special prosecutor.
Okay.
People are asking, why is it only me? And some people have made comments that, they think that we have a personal issue. If not, they don't think this is a matter that should be dragged the way it is being dragged. I have not commented on that. And he has also not commented on that. But he has repeatedly told the whole world that I am his son. I know that I am his son. I don't dispute the fact that he is my father. He has played an important role in my life. He was my father's very close friend. I can't describe to you all the things that he has done for my father or my father has done for him. So there is definitely a relationship.
Wow.
And he himself has said this on air several times. If in the course of that relationship there are personal issues, I don't want to comment on them on air.
Yeah. And even after this legal show, he will still be your father.
Oh, he remains my father. And we're talking law, so we're not talking family relationship. I am just saying that Mr. Martinamidu, the father of Mahama Ayariga, the Constitution doesn't permit you to obstruct your son Mahama Ayariga from going to Parliament on days when Parliament is sitting. But you can send me to court, but it has to be on a day when Parliament is not sitting. On Monday, the Parliament doesn't sit. So if you have some small patience, wait, Monday, let's go to court. Or if you have more patience, you can even wait when Parliament goes on recess. Sometime for 3 months, we'll be on recess. During that period, you can invite me. We can come and thrash out whatever issues you have with me in court. It's a simple communication.
Yeah, sir.
I don't even understand why people are dragging in, and Abu Dhabi was this, and Adamu Dramani was that, and who was that. They had their cases, they had their lawyers, and they decided on the best way to defend themselves. I will defend myself the best way I fit, and I'm going to rely on the laws of this country.
And have you been able to elicit any response from the special prosecutor since you sent him that letter?
Oh, yeah, the letter was sent to him yesterday, and I have not had a response from him. And in any case, I have told him that I won't be able to be in court. I'll be in Parliament. And so it's up to him. He has to decide. If he thinks that what I've said is wrong, I've said it in the letter, he should just go to the Supreme Court and then seek an interpretation of the Constitution to see whether I'm wrong in what I have said. That's all. Nothing exceptional.
Wow. And it seems like it's a never-ending legal tussle, I think.
Oh, it can end if people just develop a very simple understanding of the laws of this country and set aside their egos. If we all set aside our egos and just read the laws, dispassionately and not put particular individuals in the bracket. Some people, for political reasons, just don't like Ayariga's face or his voice. And so anything about Ayariga, they don't even sit to read it well. So they'll just jump at it. Like one Mr. Azan I hear, Mr. Azan, who
Professor Azan,
I'm told, who I'm told is not even a lawyer, and appears to want to comment on everything that is a legal issue without
he's not a lawyer. He's not a lawyer.
You will write things that you don't understand. You will definitely end up embarrassing yourself.
But Honorable,
yes.
I thought that he's one of the legal luminaries.
Go and ask. He's an accountant sitting in the U.S.
Oh, I see.
Go and ask. You see how some of you can easily get deceived. You should come and show me the day he was called to the bar in Ghana.
Okay. We appreciate
you should come and show us the day he was called to the bar in Ghana.
Wow. We appreciate the time this morning, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Mahama Ayariga ne kan na enne ne
Okay FM 101.7.